Well, hello, Track Gang. I'm sitting here. I was getting ready to talk, and I realized I forgot something. Oh, jeez. We'll go at it again. Hello, Track Gang. Jeez. It happens to be Monday, September 26, 2022. I'm Ray. Welcome to yet another episode of the Boeville in Newtown. I believe we're up to episode 36 for 2022. Couple things that have happened. First off, I just got back from a trip to the Potomac Eagle. We actually left Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning, got out to Kaiser, West Virginia, stayed there overnight, and then left there, went down to Romney, which is where the Potomac Eagle leaves from. Took a hour and a half trip up the line through what they call the trough, and then came back. I've got video of that. That's coming up. Backing up one more day, Friday, I had two visitors from our community. Anthony Pettit from the Georgia Sunbelt was here, and Dave Thurber from the Crooked River in Eastern was here. So I've got a bit of a mail call, and there I've got another box that's sitting over here, which we're going to dig into in a moment. But Dave was nice enough to drop off that dude. So the only thing I'm going to do is I need to get a car card for it, and it will end up on the layout sooner rather than later. I apologize right now. I'm going to do it publicly. I was going to send Joe an email, but I'm going to back up just a tad bit further. Friday, I had taken Friday off because I had a doctor's appointment in the morning. Nothing's wrong, just my normal checkup. But anyway, I had taken off Friday because of the fact that we were leaving Saturday to go out to West Virginia. And I had heard that Dave was coming into town, and I'm like, well, dude, if you're coming down this way, you know, I'm 2 hours north of Anthony, and I said I'm 10 minutes away from Joe Rader over at the Black Rock Central. And of course, Anthony and him were like, all right, great, we'll figure. I'm like, all right, good. Friday afternoon, I get a text message from Anthony. We're 15 miles away from 695, and we're moving at 15 miles an hour. They ended up getting here at about 4:30, 4:45, and of course, bowling is now. Well, we had our third week this past week, so you know, I'm like, well, yeah, you guys, you guys can still stop by. It's not a big deal. I mean, you know. So I think we ended up. Well, it was funny because I think we ended up getting everything together to leave at about 20 after 5-ish. I think it was, and Dave, I didn't take any video. I mean, let me put it this way. When people come over here to see the railroad, I probably should be recording, namely to see what their first impression is when they walk down the steps to this thing, because the reactions all seem to be about the same. It's like, holy, this thing's a lot bigger in person than what it is online. But I don't. So I know Dave took some videos, so I will go ahead and link to his channel. I don't know when he's going to put it out, but I will put a link to his channel. If you're not a subscriber, go check Dave over at the Crooked River in Eastern. it's been a long couple of days. And you can see what went on there, because I know he did take some video and he did do a quasi interview. So that was Friday. So here it is. We leave my house, and they're like, "Do you know how to get to Joe's from here?" I'm like, I started to explain it, and then after a couple minutes, I'm like, you know what? I've got to go in that direction, and I normally pass by his house anyway. That's how close he is to me. He actually sits between my house and where I bowl on Friday nights. And yet we haven't gotten together yet, except for up at the train show. I am going to make it over to his place eventually. So I said, you know what? I said, just follow me. I'll get you there. I said, but I can't stay. I've got to scoot because I've got to get over to the bowling alley. I've got paperwork to hand out. You know, it's the normal third weekend garbage, especially when you're the league president. There's always paperwork to be done. Anywho, so that's what I did. I had Anthony follow me over to Joe's place, and Joe, of course, he comes out. I'm like, I gotta go. Well, actually, he didn't even come to he just went to the door and let them in, and I kind of got in the back of the truck, and I had to scoot. So, hey, by the way, I ended up shooting 669 Friday night. I can't complain. So that was that whole thing. But in the process, after Grandpa Rails, JD had sent me a box of stuff. John Benacki, another one of my followers, and I know he's been on a lot of the live streams, said, hey, I've got some stuff. Do you want me to send it to you? Just get me your, I said, look, the best way to get a hold of me is email, so I gave him my email address. And while I was up in West Virginia, maybe I better just open the box first. That was my mistake. I didn't even think about that. I'll have to edit that out. That won't be hard. Okay, box is open. Hey, that was quick. So what have we here? All right, well, we've got some packing paper. What is, oh, okay, switch machines. Yeah, I definitely needed those. Those were starting to get a little light. What have we got in this box? What have you, oh. I have a Monin boxcar kit. John, really? Dude. Very, very cool. Very cool. Single door boxcar. Nice. Well, I can see that being a part of a future episode. Intermountain Railway Company. That is the Monin Railroad Historical Technical Society 50-foot PS1 standard door boxcar. Nice! Well, now I've got another card that I'm going to have to get a card. Well, I'm going to have to build it first, but I'm going to get a card for that. Let's see what else we've got in the box. Well, we've got track. Lots and lots of track. Oh yeah, the expansion projects, when I actually get to them, will definitely have plenty of parts. I'm loving it. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Alright. I'm not going to bore you all with me just digging through this box. But I'm going to continue to dig through the box anyways. I'm not going to bore you with digging through the box, but I'm going to dig through the box anyway. Just to make sure that there aren't any other surprises in here. That was a surprise. I was not expecting the box card, John. That is very cool. Very, very cool, sir. Alright, I am going to stop digging through the box. Because it doesn't look like there's any other surprises in there. Consider the fact that I have no idea how long this video is actually going to be after I get finished with the other part of it, which is on the NX300. It was actually on this guy, I went ahead and I only took this one here. This was the NX300. I only took this camera up. This is the same one I used when I was up in Strasbourg. I didn't take this rig with me. I probably could have, but I didn't feel like lugging it around. I really don't have a decent. I do have a case for it, but to carry all the other extra peripherals would have been a little ridiculous. Before I get into that video, if anybody has ever watched PBS, public broadcasting, I don't know if it's specific to Maryland Public Television or if it's countrywide, and I kind of get a feeling it might be countrywide. The fellow that actually, not the narrator, but the fellow that does the production and the videotaping of that, I'm setting myself up here. The videographer, I guess, would be a better, him and his assistant, were actually on the Potomac Eagle this past weekend doing next year's video of America's Scenic Railways. It was kind of unique when we got up Sunday morning in our hotel room out in Kaiser. MPT was running the scenic railroads, and of course they're talking about the Western Maryland, and of course they talked about the Potomac Eagle, and they talked about the ones that are out west, which I don't remember the ones that they actually. I think one of them was the Rio Grande Scenic Division or something like that. I really wasn't paying that much attention. It was just the fact that was on, and here it is, we're getting ready to take a train ride. And then we get on the darn train, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, you might be videographed while you're on this train by such and such." Who the heck is that? Well, they didn't say such and such. It just said that they were going to be recording. And then finally somebody said, "Oh yeah, it's the folks from the Scenic Railways." And I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me!" Of course, I was wearing my Sidetrack Sunday shirt, so if that thing comes out next year and you see some dude in a white Sidetrack Sunday shirt, it's me. I doubt that I'll ever show up on the thing, but hey, you never know. So we're going to go ahead and get into that video, and we'll catch up with you all in a bit. All right, Track Gang. You know, a while back there was a Sidetrack Sunday where Heath was, or maybe it was a Tuesday night show where Heath was talking about extra track that he had, and I told him, I said, "Look," I said, "I'll take it." So I got a package in the mail from Heath today. So we're gonna. Yeah, I've definitely got plenty of track for expansion now. There's no question about that. Holy moly! Wow. All right. And I'm thinking I actually opened this on the wrong side. He told me, depending on which way you open it, you're either going to see the switches first or you're going to see the track first. So I've got a feeling of the turnout. So I get a feeling I opened this box opened it up upside down, which typical. Oh, we've got a crossover in here. It would help if I would have had my glasses on. I might be able to see what the heck it is I'm doing. Okay, so that's a 30. All right, and I know I've gotten other crossovers or crosses from John and JD as well, but you know, when you see one that's that tight like that. I wanted to check to see what it was. Man, there's an awful lot of curves in here and some bumpers. I can definitely use those are something else that I was lacking, was the bumpers
and a bunch of these little short sections. Atlas used to make, and I don't know if they still do or not, they used to make a box of short sections of track, different sizes, so on and so forth, so that you didn't have to cut flex track to get it to fit. So they had all these different sized pieces, you know, from this here, which has no ties between, to, you know, one of these, or even some of them were even, I think, were just a little bit bigger than that. But anyway, those come in handy, and especially when you're trying to piece stuff together, like I do an awful lot of. And there's one of the turnouts, and there's another one. Now, he did mention to me that he's got some number 6s, but the 6s wouldn't fit in the box, and he just decided they would probably be better off if he just brought them down when he comes to the train show next month. So that's perfectly fine. So we got a left and a right here. I think these are, well, we got a snap and a number 4. And the funny thing of it is I think the snap and the number 4s, yeah, they're just a little different. Not much, but I knew that. And I think these are snaps. Nope, these are 4s. Now I got a 4 and another 4 and a snap. Okay. Right-handers. They always come in handy. Alright, so, and he, like I said, he said he had some number 6s, that those would probably, he was going to bring down when he comes down for the train show. Very, very, very cool. I do appreciate it. See, the thing is that I know folks have been talking about this off and on, and to be perfectly honest, I don't care what the track looks like, if it's nickel silver, if it's brass. I use both. The layout uses both. I'm going to swing up here a minute, hopefully without causing too much hate and discontentment. Take the glasses off. No matter where I go, I'm in the limelight. Anyway, let's try that. Any rate, so I appreciate this, because there is some things coming. Not to mention the fact, and I think I may have mentioned this the other week, I've got some issues with a couple of these turnouts, and I'm going to need to replace them. So having the spare parts is wonderful. Again, I don't mind that it's brass. I can deal with the brass, especially in the hidden yards. That's not that big of a deal for that. So I'm going to stop here, and hopefully we'll be able to get to that video that I took over the weekend as soon as I figure out what I did with the remote. So we'll be back. So here we are. Me and the fam, we're up here at the Potomac Eagle, waiting for the train to get here. It's 11:30. The train doesn't leave till 1. So this has been a neat trip. We actually stayed in Kaiser, West Virginia last night. And, well, of course it's Sunday, so I had to wear the Sidetrack Sunday shirt. So we'll see. We'll be back.
Alright, track gang, sorry if it was a long video. Actually, I don't think it was that bad. I've got, I just finished putting better part of this together. Noticed that I didn't have the outro set up, so, I'm trying to think of where I was going with this. You have to pardon me, I've been dealing with a seasonal head cold the last couple of days. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Keep your eyes open, there'll be more coming. You all know the deal. Wait for the highball. Green tracks ahead. We'll catch you all next time. Be safe. God bless. We will see ya.